Why, thank you, Miss Hill. You're very kind, but I think you've overstated my importance. I'm really a rather simple man.
Oh, Mr. Van Buren, please don't be modest. I mean, I do know that you shy away from publicity, but the world is very much aware of your philanthropic activities.
Well, yes, but some people use philanthropy as a means to self-glory. I have no such ambitions.
Well, that's very admirable. But I think you have to admit that some of your contributions have been very phenomenal.
I prefer to think of them as charitable responsibilities, and I try to conduct them with a minimum of publicity.
Yes, well, your ability to avoid the media is quite legendary. But I think I have something that you really can't avoid, Mr. Van Buren. It is well known here in Port Charles that you have made quite a substantial contribution toward improving safety down on the waterfront here in Port Charles.
So I suppose I should have made it an anonymous donation.
No visitors. The set is closed.
What actually provoked this surprising generosity of yours?
Well, actually, it was something I saw. It was a terrible accident on the docks involving Dr. Tony Jones, I believe. Now, that's an accident that should never have happened. You see, if the docks had been segregated into definite areas for both commercial use and for civilian activity, this sort of thing would never happen, and it should not happen.
So you actually back up your opinion with cold, hard cash, so to speak. That's apparently the way you have always done it all over the world. Excuse me, there seems to be a little technical difficulties here that will be straightened out. Mr. Van Buren, I would like to ask you...
Sorry for interrupting. I don't believe we've met.
My name is Jones. Frisco Jones.
It's a pleasure, Mr. Jones.
The pleasure's all mine.
I must explain to the audience that this is totally unexplained and unplanned, and it's quite a shocking surprise. I must apologize to Mr. Van Buren. I thought...
No, it's perfectly all right, Miss Hill. I rather enjoy this kind of spontaneous entertainment.
Well, this is definitely the most spontaneous and shocking thing that's happened in the century. We have with us Frisco.
Alive and well.
Frisco Jones. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are experiencing is
believe he's challenging Domino like
this.
God, I can't believe this is
actually
happening.
returned from the dead. Frisco Jones, who had been missing for a year and a half and presumed dead, is obviously not.
Frisco Jones, is that Felicia's...
Do you know that man?
Government, but obviously that is not true.
Yes. What's she saying? He was dead and then he walked into a TV show?
This is still extremely unbelievable, Mr. Van Buren. I must apologize, but I'm in such a state of shock from seeing Frisco.
I'd like to join your interview. That is, if Mr. Van Buren has no objections.
No, not at all.
Please, absolutely.
On the other hand, maybe I'll just tell you where I've been. I hope it will keep your interest, Mr. Van Buren.
Yes, indeed. I'd like to hear it. I'm sure it'll be most illuminating.
I'll try and avoid all of the sordid details.
As you wish, Mr. Jones.
While I've been gone, I learned a lot about the human body and was surprised at the amount of punishment that it's capable of withstanding. Take your glass of water, Mr. Van Buren. Now, the human body needs water, or it will die. Pure, clean water. But where I was, the water was brown and dirty. And when you drank it, your stomach would cramp so badly that you just wanted to die. But they wanted to keep you alive, so the rats and cockroaches could crawl over your leg at night. And then the morning came. That was time for them to experiment, to find out what the tolerance for pain, what level they could reach before you died. Acid that eats the flesh, electrical shocks that freezes the lungs, ripping your fingernails off, kneeling on rocks while they spit on you. These people were experts, Mr. Van Buren. And they knew that physical torture can be endured. So they went to the next step. The mind. They reached inside my mind with powerful drugs and convinced me that I was no more a human being than those cockroaches and rats that I lived with. They made me believe that I was nothing. I gave up all sense of hope and pride just for one more day of life. And I got my day. My chance to escape, to leave a Bulgarian prison that I was left to rot and die in. Freedom. Freedom. But you see, I soon realized that I could never be free. I could never escape the memories of what I'd gone through all those months. In order for me to be completely free, I have to find the man who's responsible for putting me there and punish him in all of the ingenious ways that he punished me. You see, it's time for me to reach into his mind. It's time for him to ask the question, when will my torture end?
This concludes our special news broadcast with Mr. Nicholas Van Buren and our surprise guest, Mr. Frisco Jones. Now, I'm sure many of you have been calling in to the station because our lines are jammed, wanting to know more about Frisco Jones' return. We will have a news update at 11, so please stay tuned for that.
Oh, how can that poor man still be alive after all he's been through?
He appears to be a man of great strength. I would not like to be his enemy.
Would you excuse me, please? I have to leave.
Anna, where are you going?
No, I have to go make sure Frisco's all right. Goodbye.
I'll see you out there.
Hello.
Ryan, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
What do you mean, where have I been? Mr. Van Buren told me to come back to the room. That's what I did. What's wrong?
Look, have you been watching the interview?
No, why?
Just get to the studio, fast.
Frisco Jones. I'm on my way.
Robert, you see what I see? What the hell is Frisco doing?
Bloody hell. I don't know, but if Domino finds him, he's not going to be doing it for very long. Let's get to the studio, quick.
Cut. That's it, Tiffany. We're in the commercial.
Oh! The ratings just went through the roof. I don't believe this. Frisco, you have absolutely thrown me for a loop. I can't believe this.
Sorry I had to do it this way.
I don't care. I don't care. All that matters is that you are alive. Oh.
I probably threw a lot of people for a loop.